Hi everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through one of the aviation's most critical accident investigations, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 409. This case is a sobering reminder about the importance of the teamwork, communication, and procedure adherence in high pressure situations. Overview of the accident. This was occurred on January 25th, 2010. A Boeing 737-800 operated by Ethiopian Airlines was departing from Beirut, Lebanon. It was nighttime, conditions weren't ideal, and shortly after the takeoff, the aircraft went down. All 90 people on board perished. This wasn't a mechanical failure, this wasn't a bad luck, this was a chain of human error that escalated rapidly. The sequence of the events. The aircraft took off from Beirut that night in poor weather. Talking about thunderstorms, turbulence, low visibility, challenging conditions, but the pilots deal with that all the time, right? So then, shortly after the departure, something went wrong. The aircraft entered an abnormal right turn, not a normal maneuver. The systems immediately started screaming at the crew. Bank eagles, alerts, pitch deviation warnings, multiple alarms going off in the cockpit. But here's the critical part: the crew did not respond to any of it. They didn't correct the increasing bank and the pitch angles. The aircraft entered a downward spiral and impacted in the Mediterranean Sea. From takeoff to impact, less than 10 minutes, and it was completely unavoidable. So crew related factors are this is where it gets really important. The resource management completely broke down. The first officer, the co-pilot, actually recognized something was wrong. He made suggestions to the captain. He was trying to help, trying to correct the situation, but the captain didn't listen. He didn't respond effectively. On top of that, the crew lost situation awareness. This is the human factor at its worst, not a lack of skill and not a lack of training necessarily, but a failure to communicate, a failure to listen, a failure to work as a team. Key investigation findings: incorrect control inputs. The pilots were pulling back on the yoke in the wrong way. They couldn't maintain coordinated control during the climb. The autopilot was disengaged very fast. The autopilot would have automatically corrected some of the issues, but it was turned off. After hitting the bad weather conditions, they never stabilized the aircraft. And despite multiple warnings, alarms, and multiple chances to correct the course, there was a delayed corrective response. Probable causes. The investigation board identified five probable causes: failure to follow standard instrument departure procedures, loss of control caused by pilot disorientation, overbanking leading to uncontrolled descent, inadequate CRM and cockpit communication, high pilot workload under poor weather conditions. Contributing factors: the weather was severe, it was night, which means no visual reference to the horizon. The crew response was delayed when it mattered the most. The pilot fatigue probably played a role too. We don't know how exactly fatigued they were, but under that much pressure and workload, fatigue would make only things worse. The safety recommendations are enhanced trainings. Every pilot now gets more rigorous training on how to work as a team. And second, the better training for unusual attitude recovery. Third, we are more strict about standard procedures, challenge response protocols, specialized training for night operations and adverse weather conditions. This was entirely preventable. The recommendations from this investigation have made aviation safer, and it all comes down to one thing: what matters is teamwork. Thank you.